I just wanted to take a moment to let you know that I have just done the most incredible podcast interview with the Iceman Wim Hof. I spent 7 days at a retreat with him, and it gives you an encapsulation of what we covered there, all the amazing strategies that he uses to be able to get the most out of his biology and inspire other people to do the very same. If I were you, I'd click down below and listen to him as well as many incredible other talkers on my show. Cheers, guys. This is a particularly special episode. I have a personal hero of mine on as a guest today. His name is Wim Hof. I spent 7 days with him absorbing all that he has done with his life over the last 55 years via osmosis, or as much of it as I could anyway. One thing I'm sure you're going to get out of this interview is the charisma that he embodies in every inch of his being. Another thing you're probably going to get is the unwavering determination that he has to share his message with the rest of the world, to change science and to change the way human imbalances get treated and approaches to those human imbalances. You may be able to determine that Wim is not a massive fan of the reductionist approach to treating illness or disease with pharmaceutical drugs. He has a lot to say about the pharmaceutical industry and the way the entire medical system is set up to profit that industry. Here I am getting away with myself. I've completely forgotten about today's wellness tidbit. We're going to use the man Wim Hof himself as an example. On March 23, 2013, 24 scientific study participants were injected with a dead strain of a particular bacteria that normally induces violent sickness for days on end. This time, however, none of the 12 people who were trained in the Wim Hof method experienced any ailment whatsoever. It was a follow-up of the first study on Wim's, which showed his body was capable of remarkable features like suppressing his immune reaction, massive adrenaline release, and 300% increase in metabolism. Scientists wanted to know if he was just some superhuman or if his technique could be shared with the rest of the world. As you will learn and we'll discuss further in the interview, the researchers were baffled. It suggests that everybody with sufficient training can actually modulate their immune response. In this groundbreaking study, it's been shown that Wim's breathing techniques make huge fluctuations in the acidity degree, causing a chemical release of adrenaline more than people who bungee jump for the first time. These stress hormones repress the normal immune response. This study could have some important implications for the treatment of a variety of conditions associated with excessive or persistent inflammation, especially autoimmune diseases. What Wim has been fighting for the last 25 years of his life is something that could change the scientific and medical books for the future. This interview is an illustration and a portrayal of a man that has had an unwavering belief within himself that he needed to share with the world. I can't wait to share this interview with you guys because he's a man that lives his truth and lives with complete and utter conviction. Please enjoy this interview, and I shall see you at the end. Wim, how are you, man?
Good.
Thanks for taking some time to have a chat to me.
Oh, yeah, anytime. Good work. Each day. Yes.
Right, we're all doing good work, but you're doing some pretty incredible things.
And together we are better. So let's get on with it.
Yeah, right on. I've been in a workshop with you for the last 6 days, and there's been some pretty powerful shifts happening all around me. The thing that really took my attention was your style of teaching, your method. We're so used to reading a textbook and saying, you do it like this and this and this, but you're just like, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Just do what has been not done up till now. And there we got it. We are into a paradigm shift. We are showing scientifically that the autonomic nervous system can be influenced, and with that the endocrine systems and the immune system, thus bringing back a control by measurements, ciphers and numbers, that we are able to tap into our physiology in the depth, making us able to control happiness, strength, health. That's the paradigm shift all about. So it's not in it's even in the textbooks, but when I'm relating on it in a week like this, it's not by a schedule. There's no program. I don't know. I want to go past my own. Even now, I have my own blockages and fears, but I go past. I have no fear. And then in the end of the week, not only you, but me also, I've learned. I progressed.
Other people will teach you how to do breaths X amount of times, and I feel like you've really empowered everybody, or every participant of this workshop, to then understand, to trust their own internal technology, and to say, this is when I'm reaching the apex of my physiology, but this is where I am reaching it, not when anyone else is reaching it. Everything's individual.
Yes, no, exactly. Once again, we have shown this scientifically, and the 250 years of scientific data written down, making the establishment of the scientific world, etc., and never been able to show that the autonomic nervous system can be influenced. And right now we did. That's going into the apex. And left or right, young or old, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
And anybody has a right, and anybody has the ability to go to the depth of its physiology. So that's what we do. And how do you do it? Emma, just do it.
Just do it.
And bring on back the belief that it is not possible. Once you do that, bringing back the belief and or the understanding, realization that you are capable of controlling the brain and even the DNA, we all proved it, then then we get some paradigm shifting going on.
Cool. Wim, can you tell us a little bit about when you started exploring these methods? How did you use your own body for self-experimentation? What was the first time you ever thought to yourself, I got to try this thing?
Yeah. I just was into life like everybody. But there's more between heaven and earth. And what is this about? Everybody has this belief system and, career going and schooling system and the system in general. And I just did not fit in. And I'm a soul searcher. Just go. I don't know, but I do know. I do not want what I have gotten to know of this society. So I began with the soul search, deeper looking, deeper. And it brought me through or in contact with all kinds of cultures and traditions, languages, disciplines, religions, philosophies, dogmas, etc. And they all did not brought me that sense of there is more. And but the cold water did at a certain point. I met the cold water, and it brought me a direct sense of deeper physiology inside, past my way of thinking.
I remember you referring to the cold water as your God.
And yes, it is. It is merciless but righteous. And cold, there is. You can't think while you are in the cold. You can, know what I mean now.
100% can relate.
And there you find out. You gotta find out ways to neutralize the impact, and that brings you into the deeper part of or it brings you consciously in the apex, as you call it, the apex, the depth of our physiology, and it opens it up. The cold, once again, is merciless, but it goes and it awakens this deeper physiology if we just do it. Go past the fears, and then find out. And then, suddenly you see it is there. Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, I'll tell you right now, from a person who's experienced these techniques over the last 6 days, it's quite mind blowing, quite literally. And and another major part of what has just fascinated me about your world is your ability to be able to even bypass the techniques now because you're so conditioned to them, and to be able to just, with the power of your mind, create a biological change in your body like that.
Yes, and it showed also in the university
Yes.
that we are able to increase metabolic activity in the blood just by thinking with 300%. It's like you're running.
It's amazing.
And that's our mind. Our mind is amazing.
Yes.
If we learn to control it and, just take charge. Use it for yours to become happy, strong, and healthy.
Can you tap into a little bit of what your internal experience is when you're actually going through the process of, for example, heating up your kidneys when you're in an ice bath for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Because they're the first things that are going to fail you. And you're like, okay, cool, it's time to turn up the heat on the kidneys. How does this process work for you internally?
Yeah, it's, the thoughts are actually chemically neurotransmitters. So what do I do in a tank full of ice with 600-700 kilos of ice around, which is pressurizing? You can't really do anything. You can only learn to use your thoughts, to direct your thoughts, the neurotransmitters, to the specific location, which is in this case the kidneys, and with these neurotransmitters, you send energy. You ignite energy. And it happens. It becomes warm like a difference of, within a minute, of 10 degrees.
You've actually heated your body up
Yes.
in ice
Yes.
as opposed to cooling down.
Yes. Yes. And I did more stuff like that. Showing, like a doctor was measuring me in an experiment, or a racket in this case, but guided by a doctor with all the equipment, temperature pills and electrodes, and he had me measured. And then he saw that my core body temperature was down to 32 degrees Celsius. And there is no way you are able to get that up again. It goes spirally downward into coma. Loss of senses and functionality, you get into coma afterwards. Because the blood is getting too cold.
Yes.
Yeah? But I rose the temperature consciously, deliberately, to 36.7 while being in the ice.
What was your mind like at that 32 degrees?
That it is. It is as simple as I say.
Were you still sharp?
Just do it. Yes.
do it.
I took notice
Yeah.
while I was in there. It's incredible what you can endure, by the way. And so I learned my body to condition it within these extremes. We are all able to do that. But then, to get into an extreme condition like that, and then still have the mind control over the body, that's even more interesting. And yes, we can. We can learn to control, even in extreme conditions, by the mind, our body. That means, if we are sick, which is an extreme condition, if we are depressed, that's an extreme condition, we are able to readjust by using the mind. Just do not want that extreme condition. Do not want to be sick. Do not want to be depressed, and make it change. Can we do that? Yes.
Just like you drew energy.
Hey, there you got it.
Yeah.
Now you see why I went into nature, because this was not in the books. And everybody is depressed. and victimized. Everybody is like diseased, with diseases. And they cannot do anything but taking pills, medicines, and treatments. They don't know how to treat it by their thought power. They don't know. And now, that's what I show people. Hey, you are able to do this within, say, 2 days, 3 days.
Absolutely.
Hey, and that's where we are. And that's the knowledge we pass on to the people.
100%.
So, nobody wants to be depressed. Nobody wants to have a disease. But we don't know how to turn it around. And we say right now, there is a way to turn it around. Use consciously your thought power and your breathing. Mind your breathing. Because it's simple physiological functionality of bringing oxygen in the tissue, which raises the pH level. If the pH level is raised, then the neurotransmitters of the thought are able to go swift into the body. They make connections. It's the way nature built it to be. But first we need to go back to the way nature built us to be, with a nice pH level. Do that consciously, then your thought power is able to change about anything, even under extreme conditions, as we are explaining. I learned that by climbing without gear vertical rocks, like free soloing. You have no, just a couple of centimeters, and no ropes. So I find myself at 38 meters, and cramp starting up in my calf. And there is no way I can, move the leg from the rock because I fall. It has to remain over there. But the cramp is also over there. So at that moment, with that imminent danger going on, you're really full of adrenaline at that moment. Once again, extreme condition. I was able to think the cramp away. That's when I realized, after I climbed up the rest of the, but that was the most impressive moment of any of these climbs. I learned to consciously use the thought power in even extreme conditions, that it is possible in extreme conditions. Once again, disease, depression, and all that is also extreme conditions. We walk with them in society, on the road, and etc. But we are actually in extreme conditions there. But nature, when you go in nature and you mirror, you see that in nature, and the forces are merciless but righteous, like height, the danger, or cold or heat. Very merciless but righteous. They show that our capability of our mind and our body really surpasses anything we thought possible with the mind and with the body. And now the scientists, they told me, like in an office, or a big office, the professors, and they told me, hey, if that what you say is true, then imagine, you see all these books. And then she was showing all these leather-covered books, beautiful books with golden letters and all that, All these encyclopedias. I said, we got to change all these books. And now they got to change all the books.
Right.
Because it was not in there. It was in nature, it is in us, and we are awakening that power for everybody. Because everybody has the right and also the ability to become happy, strong, and healthy. But nobody knows how to guarantee that. And now we show, hey man, your thought power, your will, your belief is really capable of, even in extreme conditions, to regain control over your mood, health, and energy.
The physiology that you're changing is revolutionary. There's no doubt in that. You're deeply interested in the spiritual side, and it's something that is apparent from being around you for the last few days. Do you want to kind of express a little bit about the exploration that you've gone down in that spiritual side?
Yes, looking to spiritual disciplines like Sufism, Buddhism, yoga traditions, but also Kung Fu is also the spiritual side, or karate, the real one. All these disciplines, mystical disciplines, it's all about spirituality. And I've worked also with professors who are into the anthropology of ecstasy, trance, with tribes, and they compare what I do also with that. So it really goes deep. And this sense of spirituality is just a part of us, in just a little bit deeper sense than we act during the day. Because during the day we need to earn our money for bread and the family, etc. You don't go as deep. So spirituality is a sense of sometimes stand still and you are in charge to realize your dream, and that liberty, that power, that capacity, that you are the master of yourself in the moment, just being and looking at your energy, and you can do anything. Limitless, this limitless mind of being, state of mind, that's spirituality. And it took me years and years and years. I learned my Sanskrit, I learned my Japanese, I learned all these other languages, and go around with philosophies, write about it, and do all these practices and disciplines. But now finally it's coming to a sense of just being without limit, and I'm able to do about anything. I won't be conditioned, I won't be incarcerated by whatever, whoever is saying what, because it changes your neurology, and you are carrying the burden of society, of the system, and the system is not paying attention to us, only to its own impersonality, and wherein the guarantee for happiness, strength, and health is not there. So in the end, spirituality is control of the mind, learning how to let go consciously, and it makes you able to guide your family, your friends, and everybody to the state of where you always have the power to do whatever nature is deciding to do in you.
Yeah.
So going beyond.
I guess that awareness, that spiritual awareness has really given you, it's solidified your connection with your body and with nature, and that's something that you've been teaching us over the last few days, and we've seen some miraculous results with some people who have suffered already, even now, from some pretty profound inflammatory conditions, and now are even making reverses.
Yes.
In the last few days.
And Pritika.
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 Pretty Pritika.
Pretty Pritika. This week was her last hope.
Yes, it was.
And she really talked with her family about this. Listen, whatever, money, etc., I have it all, education, I have it all, I have the love of the family, but I'm depressed, and depressed in a way I cannot get out of it. It makes the quality of my life gone, and I've revised it all. I'm really conscious of all what's happening, but I'm deciding this after time after time after time to end my life, and look at her now.
She's
After
powerful.
5 days, 6 days, the 6th day, she is fully in control. She's back on.
She sure is.
And she wanted yesterday spiritual, talk about spirituality, but it's no longer needed. She already fulfilled her own, and it's all from the inside. But what is that? As simple as it is, it is, and that's what we do. We bring on back again the belief, but moreover, the being. Hey, you're fantastic already. Yeah, just get back to nature. And whatever it is going past the words, it is. And that's ours.
for all the amazing physiological and fitness feats that you've been able to inspire in professional athletes and things like this. I think ultimately the core offering that you give is being able to bring people back to who they are, and to be able to change someone with such crippling depression, but not you change them change themselves back to who they are.
Exactly. And now we bring it also to rigid science and data.
Yes.
That people with PTSD, trauma, depression, fear, psychosis, but also inflammation, pain. Lots of people who are suffering, and they are kept in this circle of taking medicines because of symptomatic suppressives like medicines and pills, and not dealing with the core.
And ultimately, your technique is addressing inflammation as a whole, and all of these conditions are as a response of
inflammation. Inflammation is a deregulation of the systems.
Yes.
So you bring it back, you bring back the system in balance, and you become aware of that, and you stay over there.
It's as easy as that.
As easy as it is. Yes.
What's next for the Wim Hof?
Next is next week, Red Bull, 500 million viewers.
Yeah.
And that's good because I bring on the message.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And just to round up, I know we're going to go for a big walk now and go for a swim in the ocean, probably about 10 degrees, and then go back and do a 10-minute ice bath. But I want you to cast your mind 10 years ahead from now, and I want you to get an understanding. Where do you see all this going?
And that's the way we started this conversation, even though you were not recording, it was about paradigm shift.
Correct.
So it's about a paradigm shift. And if a paradigm shift is done, everything changes. And the paradigm shift in this case will bring about the awareness that we are able consciously to maintain the balance within all the systems up till the depth of our being, the apex of our being. That will bring about love, composed by strength, health, and happiness. And in 10 years, every mother then is really able to guarantee happiness, strength, and health as the most valuable assets for life for her children. And that brings peace in the world instead of craving for all kinds of power things and more cars and more houses. They then know that happiness, strength, and health is the most important. There we go for.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Wim. I
Right
appreciate
on.
your time, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Nice. Great.
There you have it, guys. Wim Hof, a fellow who lives his truth and makes no compensations or apologies for it. I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an insight into my yoga challenge for the month. Things have been going really well. I missed a day on the weekend. So it happens. The challenge is not to be hard on myself when I miss a day in these challenges. I encourage you all to do the same. If we are hard on ourselves, we're going to create stress in the body. It's going to increase the levels of acidity in our system, and then the very objective of what we're trying to achieve will backfire completely on us. So what's the point? One thing I will say is if I am strapped for time or if my energy levels aren't quite feeling like an intensive flow, vinyasa, ashtanga, stand on my head doing one-handed balancing acrobats, I'll simply do a few sun salutes for the morning, and that will suffice for my yoga practice for the day. It has made a tremendous difference in just knowing I'm going to turn up to that mat every day. So let me know how you yourselves are going with your yoga challenges. I myself, as an impromptu, had decided to partake in a colon cleanse where I am eating nothing but A concoction put together by none other than Tyler Tolman, the detox prince, who I have interviewed on this show in the past. He's put together this package that I have done before. It consists of organic psyllium, organic buckwheat, organic chia seeds, bentonite clay, and salt. It can only be described as salty sawdust. If you add a touch of honey, it does have a certain sweetness to it that I am holding on to every few hours. It just keeps me going. Blandness of the product aside, I must say that it's incredible how clear my mind is right now. I'm not sure if that's the desired objective, but I have this lightness to myself, and I also have just a clarity. It's pretty cool. So I'll put the link to the stuff that I'm using down in the show notes, and you guys feel free to give it a whirl. Just to give you guys a heads up, upon attending the lavatory for the first time, some pretty gnarly stuff might end up in that toilet bowl, but better in the toilet bowl than in your colon, I say. As you guys well know, I am a fan of letting you guys know about the ratings and the reviews on this podcast. It helps spread the positive words of creating a high vibrational message to this world, which, if you're listening to this show, you're already picking up what I'm putting down. So let's get the word out there. Tell your friends, tell your family, and please rate and review My Wellness Wishlist. All you need to do is jump on iTunes, click subscribe if you already haven't, and click through to ratings and reviews. Thank you so much, guys. I shall see you next week.